Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson is presented by Adena Springs, Ashford Stud, BC2A Paste, Bloodstock Research, Breeders' Cup, Claiborne Farm, GLC 5500, Gainesway, Horse Sense, Keeneland, Lanes End, Malone's, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Pin Oak Stud, Quillen Leather and Tack, Spendthrift Farm, Thoroughbred Times, Warrendale Sales, and Woods Edge Farm.
Hello everyone and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring an undefeated winner of the Grade 1 Wood Memorial and a sweep by Keeneland sales graduates in the Grade 1 Santa Anita Derby. We begin with sprinters at Aqueduct in the Grade 1 Carter Handicap. Caleb's Posse, the 11-10 favorite. Tom Durkin picks up the call.
3 furlongs from the wire. Jackson Bend to the throat latch of the Preakness winner Shackelford. They'll come to the top of the stretch, head to head for the lead, with MC on the outside now third. Caleb's Posse 3 lengths behind with 2 furlongs to go. Jackson Bend and Shackelford are inseparable with 1 furlong remaining. 2.5 lengths behind them is Caleb's Posse in the final furlong. 3 millionaires now coming down to the line. Jackson Bend comes away with the lead. Oh, and here comes Caleb's Posse with the last gasp lunge. A photo finish, and it looked like Jackson Bend held on.
Jackson Bend holds off fast closing Caleb's Posse by a nose, with pace setter Shackelford fading to third. Corey Nakatani, the winning jockey, in 122-1, a 108 brisk speed rating. Jackson Bend now 4 for 4 at 7 furlongs, including the Grade 1 Forgo Stakes last summer at Saratoga. The Nick Zito trainee stretched out to a mile to capture the Grade 3 Howes Hope Stakes in his seasonal debut. Buddy faded to third in his last start, the Grade 2 Gulfstream Park Handicap. The 5-year-old horse by Hear No Evil was bred in Florida by Jack's or Better Farm. Robert LaPenta acquired controlling interest in the multiple stakes winner following his 2-year-old campaign. Jackson Bend has banked $1,580,000 for LaPenta and Fred Bry. To Santa Anita, where last year's winner Emma Zombie was the 6-5 favorite for the Grade 2 Potrero Grande Stakes. Trevor Denman picks up the call.
3/8 to go, and Roman Threat opens up on them now, and Roman Threat kicks away to lead by 2.5. Amazombies in second. Sway Away going to come with his run down at the rail, then Mensa Heat, Thinking of Girls, and Camp Victory. They're at the top of the lane, and it is Roman Threat only by a length now. Amazombie comes to tackle in the white sleeves. Amazombie's now up to take on Roman Threat. In behind that, Sway Away not going on. Amazombie strikes the front. Is this going to be 5,000 for Mike Smith? He's hand-riding, but he's hand-riding powerfully. And here it is, 5,000 for Mike Smith.
Milestone victory number 5,000 for Mike Smith as Amazombie by TaylorMade Stallion Northern of Fleet runs by Roman Threat to score by 3/4 of a length. The Barrett Sells graduate toted high weight of 123 pounds in 114 flat. A 5-time stakes winner last season, including the Breeders' Cup Sprint, Amazombie earned the Eclipse Award as Champion Male Sprinter of 2011. But in his seasonal debut, he finished third in the Grade 2 San Carlos Stakes. The 6-year-old gelding was bred in California by Greg Anderson. Amazombie has banked nearly $1,640,000 for Thomas Sanford and trainer Bill Spar. Watch Thoroughbred Week online on the Keeneland website at Keeneland.com. Click on the sales banner, then select Video and Thoroughbred Week. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 1 Ashland Stakes coming up in this segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. We begin with turf fillies at Santa Anita and the Grade 3 Providencia Stakes. Lady of Shamrock, the 9-10 favorite. Once again, here's Trevor Denman.
Coming to the top of the lane, and Charm the Maker goes on. Miss Pianist under pressure. Behind that comes Killer Graces now by Rama and Lady of Shamrock winding up from last. Lady of Shamrock full of run. Where they going to go? Going to try to get a run on the inside. Homeward bound, Charm the Maker got first run. Lady of Shamrock is let loose now, and Lady of Shamrock coming like a rocket one from the rail. And Lady of Shamrock scintillating this afternoon. Perfect ride and confident ride from Mike Smith.
Odds-on favorite Lady of Shamrock by Ashford stud stallion Scat Daddy comes flying down the lane to defeat Bairama by 2 3/4 lengths. The first of 2 graded stakes wins on a memorable day for Mike Smith. The Keeneland Sells graduate clocked in 146 4. The third stakes victory on turf during the meeting for Lady of Shamrock, who finished third in the Grade 3 Santa Isabel Stakes on dirt. The winner was bred in Kentucky by Grovendale Sales. Originally trained by Ronnie Warner, Lady of Shamrock was transferred to the barn of John Sadler after she was acquired privately by Harunas Racing LLC. Lady of Shamrock has earned $225,000. Lady of Shamrock paid $380 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. To Aqueduct for the Grade 3 Comely Stakes. Broadway's Alibi, the 11 10 favorite. Once again, here's Tom Durkin.
Around the far turn, Broadway's Alibi been there all the whole way, still there with 3 furlongs to go. And then Singlet now turning up that pressure second. Welcome Guest there on the outside. Million Reasons Why is called on for run, but she's still 3 lengths behind Broadway's Alibi. Broadway's Alibi heads for home, driving on that lead. Million Reasons Why second. Broadway's Alibi over closer to the rail. Still clear 2.5 lengths, 1 furlong to go. Then down toward the inside at Million Reasons Why, followed by Welcome Guest. They're coming down to the finish. And here is a star in the making. Broadway's Alibi, a clear-cut, decisive winner of the Comely.
Favored Broadway's Alibi, the front running winner by 3.5 lengths over Welcome Guest. Javier Castellano up in 136 2. After finishing second in her career debut at Delaware Park last summer, the Todd Pletcher trainee has put together a 4-race winning streak, including a 16 3/4 length romp in the Grade 2 Forward Gal Stakes. The filly by Vindication was bred in Kentucky by her owner, E. Paul Ropsham Stables, LLC. Broadway's Alibi has earned nearly $340,000. To Keeneland for the Grade 1 Ashland Stakes. In her first start since winning the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf, Stephanie's Kitten, the 11 10 favorite. Kurt Becker has the call.
Carlo Vivari leads it by 3/4 of a length, midpoint of the back stretch. And Lotta Lovin is just off the leader's flank in second. Still Dixie Strike and Hard Not to Like side by side for that third spot, joined by Stephanie's Kitten on the far outside, who continues to travel 3 to 4 lengths off the lead, but now starts moving up on the outside into the 4th position. Heart of Destiny and then Gold Rush Girl last. They got the first half mile in 48 4/5 seconds, and Carlo Vivari leads the field midway on the far turn. It is still Lotta Lovin who's second toward the outside. She's been there since the start. Stephanie's Kitten at the quarter pole is third on the outside, 3 lengths away. Hard Not to Like being ridden along now, looking for an opening at the top of the stretch, and Hard Not to Like swings toward the outside, coming after Carlo Vivari. Final furlong of the Central Bank Ashland. Carlo Vivari hanging tough, opening back up by 2.5 lengths. Hard Not to Like is second. Stephanie's Kitten is third, and it's going to be a front-running victory for Carlo Vivari and jockey James Graham in the Central Bank Ashland.
15 1 long shot Carlo Vivari, the front running winner by 3/4 of a length over 10 1 Hard Not to Like. James Graham aboard in 144 4. The first stakes victory for Carlo Vivari, who was making her first start on poly track. Her 2 previous wins came on turf, including an allowance optional claimer at Gulfstream Park in her latest. The filly by Dynaformer was bred in Kentucky by her owner, Alex G. Campbell Jr. Thoroughbreds, LLC. Carlo Vivari has earned $362,000. James Graham with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. Keeneland Stakes action is presented by Warrendale Sales, reminding breeders the Keeneland September yearling sale closes May 1st. The Lanes and Stallion of the week is Champion English Channel, who is now ranked number 4 on the second crop sire list after his outstanding weekend. Star Channel became his first stakes winner with a 2 3/4 length win in a listed stakes at Tampa Bay, while Lanes and Sales grad Blue Skies and Rainbows set the pace in the Grade 1 Santa Anita Derby and finished a close third. There's still time to book your late foaling mare to this hot young stallion. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 1 Santa Anita Derby coming up in this segment. But we begin at Aqueduct with the Grade 3 Bayshore Stakes. Triniburg at 6-5, a slight favorite over Hardin Wildcat. Once again, here's Tom Durkin.
The opening half in 47 2/5 seconds. Triniburg in control. How do I win? Poised to pounce now. Second on the outside. King and Crusader runs in third. Mon is now fourth. Hardin Wildcat moves the fifth on the outside as the field turns for home. Triniburg still on top, and he's still under a hand ride. Willie Martinez hasn't moved a muscle on him yet, but here comes Hardin Wildcat to try to make a race of it late. A little nudge here for Triniburg. The lead is 3 lengths as they come down to the line. Hardin Wildcat. Triniburg was never challenged and won by 3.
The favorites run 1-2 with Triniburg defeating Hardin Wildcat by 3 lengths. Willie Martinez aboard the OBS Sales Graduate in 1:23-2. A close second in the Grade 1 Hopeful Stakes at 2. Triniburg opened his 3-year-old campaign with a front-running 6-length victory in the Grade 3 Swell Stakes. The colt by Teufelsberg was bred in Kentucky by JM Stables Incorporated and was a $21,000 OBS April 2-year-old. Trained by Bisnath Parbu, Triniburg has earned $341,000 for Chevanenda Racing. To Hawthorne for the Grade 3 Illinois Derby. 14 went postward with Currency Swap, the 5-2 favorite. Peter Galassi picks up the call.
With a little more than a half mile to go in the TVG Illinois Derby. On the inside, Frankie is Rock. Our entourage right alongside second. Morgan's Gorilla, 3 wide third. Towards the inside, Z Rockstar saves ground fourth. Currency Swap now moves up on the outside fifth. Skyring to the outside sixth. And then Pretension on the move out there seventh. Still about 8 lengths to make up. They come to the top of the stretch. Our entourage, the leader. Morgan's Gorilla now picks up the chase second. Moving up on the outside comes Currency Swap third. Frankie is Rock drops back fourth. Heads are turned for home in the TVG Illinois Derby. Our entourage on the inside. Morgan's Gorilla right alongside second. Morgan's Gorilla now takes the lead. Our entourage racing second. Then closing up on the inside third through the stretch comes Done Talking, and on the far outside, Hakama putting in a late bid. Your leader, Morgan's Gorilla. Done Talking coming through for the lead. Done Talking on the inside, got it.
12-1 long shot Done Talking by Pin Oak Stud Stag and Broken Vow outfinishes Morgan's Gorilla by 3/4 of a length. Sheldon Russell, the winning jockey, in 1:53-4. A close fourth in the Grade 2 Remsen Stakes at 2. Done Talking was a well-beaten 10th in the Grade 3 Gotham Stakes in his 3-year-old debut. The colt was bred in Kentucky by Skedaddle Associates. Trained by Hamilton Smith, Triple Crown prospect Done Talking has earned $381,000 for Skedaddle Stable. That brings us to the Grade 1 Santa Anita Derby. Creative Cause, the 9-10 favorite. Trevor Denman picks up the call.
They head past the 3/4 pole, and it's Blue Skies and Rainbows just at a steady pace now. He leads it by just over 2. I'll Have Another still on a tight hold in second. Along the inside, Longview Drive is having to be asked to keep up. Senor Rainer's in fourth. In behind that, Painter. And here's the favourite, Creative Cause, the grey down at the rail. He's 5 off the leaders and just moved off the rail. Coming to take that rail spot now was Liaison. Then we come back to Midnight Transfer, who's second last, and at the back is Brother Francis. 7 lengths would cover the whole Derby field. 3/8 to go in the Santa Anita Derby, and Blue Skies and Rainbows. Hughes Longshot is kicking on for home. Blue Skies and Rainbows kicking away now, opens up 2.5. I'll Have Another second. Creative Cause now, here comes Creative Cause, and Creative Cause, the grey at the rail, has perfect running room. He's got to get to this big long shot, Blue Skies and Rainbows, but Creative Cause has dead aim. Whips coming out on him now. I'll Have Another coming home gamely down the centre. I'll Have Another. Creative Cause on the inside. Blue Skies and Rainbows, a 3-way thriller. I'll Have Another. Creative Cause. I'll Have Another's in front. Creative Cause, they hit it together. I'll Have Another, and Mario Gutierrez have won the Santa Anita Derby.
4-1 second choice, I'll Have Another, holds off odds-on favorite Creative Cause by a nose. Blue Skies and Rainbows third for a sweep by Keeneland Sales Graduates. Mario Gutierrez aboard in 1:47-4. Second to Creative Cause in the Grade 2 Best Pal Stakes last summer, the Doug O'Neill trainee opened his 3-year-old campaign with a decisive victory in the Grade 2 Robert B. Lewis Stakes. The colt by Flower Alley was bred in Kentucky by Harvey Clark and was an $11,000 Keeneland September yearling. The winner was purchased on behalf of J. Paul Redham for $35,000 at the OBS April 2-year-old sale. I'll Have Another has earned $634,000. Now to John and Joel of TCI with this week's Triple Crown Insight, presented by Forestry, standing at TaylorMade Farm.
This week on TCI, we discuss the Bluegrass Stakes and also the Arkansas Derby. Joel, Bluegrass Stakes first. We see our reigning champ Hansen in here. We know he likes Polly. Is it a one-horse race?
You know, John, I don't think that it is. I think he's the best horse in a race, but you have 13 horses in here. We've seen some wild things happen in the Bluegrass Stakes in recent years since Keeneland moved to the Poly track. So I don't think he's a cinch, particularly a fast horse like Hansen is going to have other opposing speed in here. I think they could give him some problems, and it'll be interesting to see how Hansen handles that and kicks on going to mile 8.
All right, let's talk Arkansas Derby. Joel, we see an interesting maiden winner in here. He'll be the morning line favorite. It's Bodemeister.
Yeah, 9-5 morning line favorite. Bodemeister breaks from the 11 hole. Not worried about that. He has the tactical speed, John, to get the right trip that he needs with blinkers off. But it's ironic that Bob Baffert has Secret Circle in here, who's going to be one of your other favorites going against Bodemeister. He could keep Bodemeister out of the Kentucky Derby.
Thank you, Joel. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you come back next week on Thoroughbred Week.
The Wood Memorial is coming up, but first, here are the top 10 brisk speed ratings run by 3-year-olds this year. Time now for the feature race of the week presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. It's the Grade 1 Wood Memorial. Undefeated Gemologist, the 6-5 favorite. Here's the call by Tom Durkin.
And they're off. Gemologist gets off to an alert beginning, and the Lumber Guy came out a little bit wide out of the starting gate. Alpha will be forwardly placed along with the Teeth of the Dog. Casual Trick is right there, and My Adonis, and a crush of horses heading into the first turn. And the Lumber Guy goes 4 wide to take the lead. Alpha had to check. The Lumber Guy sprints away here to lead now by 3. My Adonis is second while in between horses. Gemologist 3 wide around the first turn. He's now third. Casual Trick is fourth toward the inside. Alpha fifth on the inside of Teeth of the Dog. And then it's 2 lengths back to Tiger Walk. A long way back to Street Life, but he'll do his best running later. So the field moves down the backstretch. A swift first quarter for the Lumber Guy. 23 seconds flat. Carnelio Velasquez trying to slow him down here. My Adonis is second on the outside through a 47 and 2 half-mile. Gemologist in good striking position. He's in the clear. And then it's Alpha, who's now fourth and in between horses. Casual Trick in tight down toward the rail. Teeth of the Dog and Tiger Walk, a huge margin back to the trailer. Street Life and around the far turn. The Lumber Guy's going to try to do it all the way on the lead. And he's run 3/4 of a mile in 1:12 and 2/5 seconds. Gemologist makes his move, and here he comes now. The undefeated Gemologist is making a bold run toward the lead on the outside. My Adonis is in between horses, and he's battling away. Teeth of the Dog is on the outside of Alpha. Street Life has now gotten within 7 lengths of the lead, and that leader is Gemologist. Here comes Alpha after Gemologist and Teeth of the Dog. It is Alpha and Gemologist. They're coming down to the line. It is Alpha who surges. Gemologist comes right back at him, and he has the heart to win the Wood Memorial.
Favored Gemologist holds off Alpha by a neck. Javier Castellano aboard the Keeneland Cells graduate in 150-4. With a perfect 5-for-5 record, Gemologist figures to be one of the favorites for the Kentucky Derby. A 2-time winner at Churchill Downs as a 2-year-old, including the Grade 2 Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes, Gemologist opened this season with a 7-length allowance victory at Gulfstream Park. The colt by Tiz Now was bred in Kentucky by G. Watts Humphrey Jr. and Louise Ireland Humphrey. Trained by Todd Pletcher, Gemologist has earned nearly $785,000 for Windstar Farm LLC. The colt was consigned by Lane's End to the 2009 Keeneland November sale, where he was purchased by Maverick Racing for $310,000. Undefeated gemologist, the Keeneland Sales Graduate of the Week. We'll see you next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson has been presented by Adena Springs, Ashford Stud, BC2A Paste, Bloodstock Research, Breeders' Cup, Claiborne Farm, GLC 5500, Gainesway, Horse Sense, Keeneland, Lane's End, Malone's, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Pin Oak Stud, Quillen Leather and Tack, Spendthrift Farm, Thoroughbred Times, Warrendale Sales, and Woods Edge Farm. Produced by John Henderson in association with Scott Ryan.